One of the most exciting aspects of that recent Switch 2 Direct was the grand unveiling of the next game in the Mario Kart series. Mario Kart World looks to be a bold new direction for the franchise and the perfect Switch 2 launch game. I, for one, am very excited about this new open world Mario Kart concept, but I do have one tiny concern, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I think that this particular aspect of Mario Kart World will be crucial in determining if this game goes down as an all-time Nintendo great or falls just a little bit flat. Before we get into that though, thanks for being here. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I release videos weekly on a wide variety of gaming content, and I'd love your help in continuing to grow the buffed gaming community. Now, let's talk some Mario Kart. Like I said at the top, I am thrilled about this new open world direction for the Mario Kart series. In fact, not to pat myself on the back too much, but I did correctly predict this open world direction a couple of months ago in a different video. I'll link that one in the description below if you want to check it out. But despite wanting to think I'm some video game genius who nailed this prediction when nobody else did, the fact of the matter is, this direction for the series was pretty obvious. After the mountain of content we received in Mario Kart 8, there was really no way to top that, so going in a drastically different direction was the obvious solution. An open world Mario Kart game is what many of us have always wanted, and man, that trailer was pure Nintendo magic. Mario Kart World looks to be bursting with color and charm, and while this is never going to be a series that demonstrates the full potential of what video games are capable of graphically, there is no doubt that this entry looks to be a huge upgrade visually over anything we have ever seen from the series. Having dynamic weather effects in a Mario Kart is a level of technical impressiveness that this series has never come close to breaching in the past. But, as much as the entire internet seemed to love this trailer, and I mean, who wouldn't? It showed that you can play as the freaking cow. There is no denying that just a little bit of wind was let out of the sails when Nintendo stealth dropped that $80 price tag shortly after the presentation. $80. Look, I don't want to turn this video into a price discussion, but that was pretty jarring to see. I think if most of us are being honest with ourselves, we all knew that this day was coming. As consumers, we got used to that $70 price tag pretty quickly, and video games are bigger and more expensive to make in 2025 than ever before. I hate these price increases as much as the next person, but you know that companies have been dying to break that $80 threshold for a while now. What's most surprising to me is that Nintendo was the one to do it. I certainly did not see that coming. It is worth noting that Nintendo has specified this is a flexible pricing structure though. Not all of their games will be $80, and in fact, their other big Switch 2 summer release this year, Donkey Kong Bonanza, will be $70. But Nintendo has essentially said that Mario Kart World is $80 because it is such a huge title and that it warrants that extra premium price point. And maybe they're right. But if Mario Kart World is going to justify that groundbreaking price tag and the insane amount of hype surrounding it, it simply needs to deliver. And more specifically, its defining feature, its open world, needs to deliver. And that is the main point of today's video. The open world on display in that trailer looked gorgeous, and driving around with friends, snapping pictures, and just hanging out seems like an absolute vibe. But I think it's essential that we get plenty of substance beyond that as well. For as great as that trailer was, it didn't really show off any activities to partake in that open world. And to be clear, I don't think that's necessarily a problem. This was the first real look at this game. It's reasonable that they aren't going to just reveal everything at once, but I do think it's something to keep an eye on as we get closer to release. As the main selling point of the game, this needs to feel like a quality open world with lots to do. I'm not saying we need Ubisoft towers to climb up to reveal the map, or mindless NPC-given fetch quests to repeat over and over again to pad out the game's runtime, but there does need to be a variety of ways for players to interact with the world. Secrets to discover, NPCs to interact with, collectibles to find, all of these things are open world staples, and while Mario Kart World, of course, isn't the most traditional open world, some of these things still need to be represented for this game to reach its full potential. In my last Mario Kart video, I speculated that a potential Mario Kart open world could have kart parts and cosmetic unlockables scattered all across its vast world for players to find, and after watching the game's reveal trailer, that idea seems less likely. For one, based on one of the vehicle select screens we saw, it looks like the kart customization options we had in Mario Kart 8 are gone. No longer do you select a kart and customize the wheels and the glider and all that. Now you just select your character and your vehicle. On its face, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. I've never met a Mario Kart fan who was obsessed with the concept of being able to change their kart's wheels, but it does feel like an odd change to make when shifting the series to an open world format. Having hidden kart parts scattered across the land would probably be the easiest way to stuff this game full of content, and it looks like they're completely scrapping that concept altogether. Maybe the select screen I'm referencing was just for a certain mode, and customizable karts will still be featured in the game's open world mode, but I wouldn't hold my breath for this. Similarly, and maybe more concerningly, rather than featuring permanent cosmetics, it looks like the characters' outfits change based on the gameplay scenario. Based on the trailer and some previews I've watched, it looks like characters' outfits change automatically after consuming certain power-ups, or when driving in specific road conditions. Again, this isn't inherently bad, but having visual cosmetics be permanent unlockables for accomplishing certain feats in the game's world feels like a natural fit for a giant open world game. To be clear, these are fairly minor concerns in the grand scheme of things. Mario Kart World looks fantastic and is in many ways everything I have wanted from this series for years. I just want the game to live up to its full potential though. I think a Mario Kart game with a giant open world filled with things to do and secrets to discover that you can keep coming back to for years has the potential to be an all-time Nintendo great. Something on par with Super Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. But if the world feels empty and boring and we run out of things to do in it fairly quickly, then I think Mario Kart World faces the possibility of being remembered as a good, but not great Nintendo game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are these concerns of mine overblown? Are you excited for Mario Kart World? And of course, the ultimate question to get people talking, how do you feel about that $80 price tag? And as always, thanks for watching.